What's up, fishing folks? Welcome back to the show. In today's episode, I did go out earlier and try to throw some swim baits and some grubs and stuff around down at the river, but it's pretty low, and being this is only day one of some, a slight warm up and some hopefully stable conditions. Usually I get bites on day 2 or 3 in the winter. So that being said, I wanted to take some time to put podcasts and stuff aside and just tackle that lipless bait hack that fishing is therapy reminded me of. And this is not by any means something that I come up with myself. This is a regurgitated hack that I picked up from Scott Martin, and haven't really utilized it all that much, but the more and more I've been thinking about the lipless game and being a better lipless crankbait fisherman, the more this keeps popping in my head, so I wanted to share it with you guys. And also, I will show you that I did pick up the Berkley stunner, and for the example bait today that we're going to be working on, we're going to use a half-ounce Strike King red eye shad. So come along, let's tackle this bait hack, get out the pliers and the hooks and whatnot. Alright guys, so I got out my split ring pliers here. I got said bait, and what I'm going to do now is just strip off all the hardware. So I'm going to take off the hooks, I'm going to take off the line tie split ring, and I'm just going to set them aside. That's what I got this little container here for. So we'll start with the back. There's the pinch point. I'm going to pop it open. Oh wait, no, sorry. I'm sorry. I can just take the whole hook off the hook hanger here and leave it on the split ring. I'm sorry, I had something else in mind, guys. Don't pay no attention to me. So alright, popped it open. Now I'm just gonna work it around and off. So there's one. So we're gonna find the opening. There it is. And I'm going to set the hook. Oops, no, I'm going to have to move the hook to the back. There we go. I'm going to hold it to get it started. And then, there, it's open. I'm going to work it around. Around and around and off. I'm going to set this one over here because I will be using that hook. So then I'm going to take the line tie, split ring off. And guys, if you feel like, because throwing these baits, it's all about confidence. So if you feel like you have weakened the structural integrity of your split rings or anything by removing them and putting them back on, like this is my terminal changing hooks box right here. So go up to, if you got a local Cabela's, these are number 4, and they're the oval split rings. And they do got like a slight black nickel coat on them, and they're XPS, they're decent. For line tie, I've never had them fail on me or anything. But so for this hack, I'm gonna grab my trusty rod that I like to throw lipless on here, which is a Wright and McGill Ricklin square bill rod. It's a 6'9", 6'8". So I usually use a snap, but for this bait hack you don't need it. So I'm gonna grab the cudas, cut the snap off, and set it to the side here. Now the whole key to this bait hack is what you want to do, and it's an awesome hack. I mean, it really makes a lot of sense. I guess Scott Martin got it from a guide buddy of his down Florida way, but you'll be needing to take this split ring off too. I'm sorry, I should have mentioned that. So, you know, pick one of the hooks off the bait, but you're only going to use one. Now, this is the whole benefit of this hack. So you're going to take your lipless. You're going to run your line through the line tie hanger, and then you're going to, since that's in line with your front hook, you're going to run it through your front hook and out the bottom. So there, like so. Now you're going to send it up the line a little bit. Now you're going to take your hook, and I like a good Palomar, so I'm going to run it back through. Make sure my line isn't crossed over on itself. There we go. Got two even pieces coming through that hook eye right there. Now I'm going to pinch, make my loop, come down, tie my, make sure there's no overlap in that, make it straight, bring the hook through. So that's where you want to be before you wet it and cinch it down, right there. That is Palomar City. So I'm going to look on the hook hanger, make sure everything's snug down real good on the line tie. And then I'm going to grab my slack here. I don't know how good these cutters are on the split ring pliers, but not so bad. And that, my friends, is how you get a lipless to run. And when you do get hooked up with a bass, your bait goes up the line, and that fish will lose all the leverage power. Now, you only got one hook, but again, I'm going to refer to my PB bait right there, which is a mag draft, and I only had one barb of that treble hook all the way through that fish's jaw, and she was not going anywhere. But I did do this a few times in the late spring a few years back, and it is a cool way to fish a lipless. Now I will say, with your lighter 1/4 ounce and 3/8, it's a little harder to do because you're gonna feel like that they never really sink and they stay more in the top of the water column, which they do unless you allow them the time to get down to the bottom a little. You know, it's gonna take a little longer because you're minus a split, you know, 2 split rings and 1 hook and 1 line tie split ring. So you're minus some hardware. So it's not going to sink as fast as you're used to, but all that leverage that you were having before is gone, number one. And number two, you got 3 less barbs to get hung up on. And, you know, when Fishing is Therapy told me he loses a lot of these, and then other people told me they don't throw lipless because the fish always shake them and spit them out, this popped into my head. So, you know, I just reached into my red craw box there and grabbed this, and I want to show you guys too. I stopped Friday and got the Stunna in, I think this is called Stunna Shad. And even if you don't have shad in your body of water that you fish a lot, white is a good color, because we all know bass identify a lot with white, whether it's the belly of a bluegill, the belly of a frog or toad, you know, pin minnows, or some kind of bait that's swimming around. Even if you don't have shad, we all know jerkbaits is a visual cue presentation. So, and I did throw the Tackle Warehouse sticker in with it also. So why don't we do the drawing, folks? Let's do it. Alright, folks, as you can see in here, I got the Tackle Warehouse box episode in there, plugged in, ready to go. So all right, Eric Thompson. Man, that's a big bass you're holding there too, buddy. You are the winner, man. There's your picture. Eric Thompson. All my social media and email, everything's, all that stuff's at the end of each episode. It's Bass Fishing Brian, all one word, at Proton Mail is my email that is connected to the show. And Eric Thompson, you are the winner of a new jerkbait, buddy. And it looks like you got some big old bass in your area to be throwing some jerkbaits and catching some pigs. So good job, man. You are the winner of the Stunna, the new Berkley jerkbait that I'm hearing a lot of good stuff about. I'm also hearing a lot of good stuff about that Shimano World minnow that's got that like standing piece of like either metal or you know, pretty resilient foil that's on springs. So even when you're holding the bait, I mean, it just sits there and shivers. It's pretty cool. So jerkbait season's coming up, pre-spawn. I can't wait. I'm ready to get out there and come home with shore, wrists and shoulders from working my jerkbaits. But other than that, Eric Thompson, get at me, buddy. Send me your info and I'll get that out to you Friday when I get paid. So hope y'all like the bait hack episode. Let me know down in the comments if during, you know, the unseasonably cold months, if this is something that holds your interest, if it's something that you'd like to see more of. Let me know. I want to hear from you guys. So give me a thumbs up if you like it. If you don't, ring that notification bell so you know when I upload another episode, and make sure you are subscribed so you're eligible for the monthly giveaways. This is the Guy with the GoPro Fishing Show, out for now, but just for now.